Welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky. The show will begin momentarily.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky, the Dragonchain update show. This is episode 79. It's the 122nd episode. Reminder, nothing on the show is ever financial advice. This week, in number go up, the number of COVID variants and xenophobic border crossings. Maybe also fear, right? Anyway, that's the biggest thing going on on its way up right now. Next update, Dragonchain. Let's see here. A lot of things going on behind the scenes. So we have a lot of different projects developing, and we decided maybe to start, and I don't know if this will apply every week, but to try to give the high levels without being able to say what the projects are yet, right? So the newest things that are interesting, there is a very interesting gaming project developing. We're still in the beginnings of building out what partners will be involved. And anyway, very exciting thing. Also, of course, the Nft Marketplace, the Nft projects. And that's interesting because a lot of different projects are kind of centering around that Nft Marketplace for different reasons, and a lot of different types of NFTs. And the goal is to have a place that those could be traded or used without the high Ethereum fees, and ideally with interoperability between multiple other chains, et cetera, et cetera. And then smart ballots, some interesting things coming there that people should be excited about. It's real use and very appropriate and timely use as well. So pretty cool stuff coming. Next, we go into some coin market cap updates that are coming. Let's see here. We wanted to thank the community for bringing it to our attention. We've been too busy and probably wouldn't have even noticed that the Twitter link, the chat link, the white paper link, and a few other things on the coin market cap were not correct, were not up to date. They were still pointing to Dragonchain Gang instead of Dragonchain, which confused people. So thank you to Xantrius and Angel Breaker. You guys hear from them a lot in the AMAs. Very good members of the community. And anyway, so we've submitted the changes. Hopefully those happen. Sometimes they come back and verify sources and stuff like that, which is a good thing. Do tell us if there's anything the same with CoinGecko as well. We can look at that, but and any other potential sites that track that type of thing. Next, there is a new blog recently published on the Dragonchain site, which is the second part to the blockchain-based solutions for advertising analytics blog that came out 2 weeks ago. We waited to put out the second part of the series because of the Thanksgiving U.S. holiday. But the second blog is on behavior-based advertising as a service, and it effectively calls out. It's really interesting. Pretty good depth on this article too, on all of the different applications. We cite in this article Den.Social as a reference implementation, but we do also expand on it into things that we are not yet doing on Den.Social that we might very well plug in. But one way or another, it's a very interesting thing, especially for people who are in that world of advertising, which is, a pretty big world. So go read that. Please share it. Please do anything you can to get, more exposure there. We tend to see, by the way, that these blogs do definitely attract business. They do definitely attract leads, where people will find something that is interesting of the application of blockchain tech to their industry, and it brings people in and it gets conversations going, and that's how we get things started. So anyway, next there is also should be coming soon, we hope, an update to the AWS Marketplace data sheet. So it just went out, a week ago, maybe, week and a half, maybe, that AWS, and they approached us to put us in their marketplace because we're already doing business with them, unannounced, by the way. We did not announce that we were a partner with AWS or anything like that. It's a joke, but one way or another, we noticed that a few things were missing, because when we first gave them all of the information, it was many moons ago, and so we have requested a couple of updates, including adding quantum, all the quantum tech, the quantum encryption, the quantum signing that we have, and also adding NFTs and enterprise specific applications. So really cool stuff there. We appreciate that they have that out there. It'll help with search engine and everything else as well. So that is all the Dragonchain updates. We will go straight to Den.Social. So layer governance is coming very soon. There is a chance that it will come this week, but we're doing final touches, and probably will be next week. Depends upon when we get everything where we want it in the test environment. So that'll be coming very soon. Be ready with your layers to start using it. Think about what changes, even as simple as, we need a new banner. We haven't refreshed this for a year or something. But all the way down to we're getting too much spam or too much crappy content. Let's refine or turn on even the reputation system to kind of close that out to reduce the bad content. Some neat stuff like that, and just be ready to jump in and start using it, because others will, which is what we want. And I know when we start having the Den governance call every week, we will start highlighting what the layers are working on and try to give tips and tricks, and try to uncover how things work, or what we see developing that needs to be addressed. So anyway, and we should say also, we will try to do a demo here as well as on Coffee with Den, and definitely on a Den governance call to show how to use it, to show what's there, what isn't. I mean, the first rollout, there will be a few features that won't be there yet, but they'll be there soon thereafter. So next we have, we're going to talk about site-wide governance. So site-wide governance for all of Den is coming. It will mostly be the same interface. It'll be the same voting interface. It'll be the same mechanism of how you start a governance issue. It'll be the same mechanism to vote. There will be a few differences in how your vote counts, things like that are going to be very specifically focused on the Den platform and the behaviors that we want to see happening. So watch for that. We will also have a post sometime, hopefully very soon. I think it's already kind of put together. I have to review it, and we have to do some things for explaining a couple of little details. But there will be a post in the Den governance layer, which will be for discussion and feedback. So there are a couple of pieces that I think we know how we want it to work, but we aren't certain in a couple of places. So we want to get feedback before we put up the governance vote itself. And that on the development side, as of now, is slated to come pretty much right after the layer governance rolls out. There are a couple of little things that we want to add or do in the meantime, but anyway, that's coming. Next, the December 2021 LCP proposal phase will start next Tuesday. Again, it's always on the first Tuesday of the month. So get in there now. Click on the LCP button. It's a little check mark with a circle around it, I think, on both web and mobile. And start reviewing all the existing proposals. There are, I think, 115 active proposals already in place. Be ready to make your own. But there might be some in there that are very close to what you're wanting to do that you could, come in and affect, and maybe even, get some changes made to the proposal if it makes sense. But it's good to know so that you don't have a redundant proposal, which sometimes will confuse everyone. So that's good. There are a couple of other things we'll probably go over on the Den Gov call about events that happened this week. And we want to put in a couple of things. We're trying to refine the methodology where we can react quickly to issues that happen on the platform, let's say like abusive behavior, and yet remain very open. So, and I'll hit it a tiny bit. There is basically a few things that are probably we need more discussion on. That there is a multi-sig wallet that handles the contracts and handles various other things in case changes are needed in the future on the Ethereum side. And we want to expand that somehow, and maybe have more active community membership in that group that is outside of, like, say, Dragonchain employees and partners. So anyway, we'll talk more about that, and we'll probably have some proposals or some votes in Den Gov on that. So anyway, good stuff coming, a lot of interesting stuff, and so far, I'm even impressed that it is, even with all of the pretty human drama that happens when you're dealing with content and people, that it's actually working really well, and it's still very flexible to the ability, for us to realize, oh, we need to, modify the algorithm this way or that, and then propose it. And, it's, anyway, good stuff coming. So now we'll go to the World Blockchain Roundtable updates. Episode 28 will be on Thursday. Its subject is regulation versus innovation. In my opinion, at least in my world, probably one of the most important things going on right now. And it should be top among anyone that's in the crypto industry or that cares about blockchain, because I don't, you guys probably know where I stand on it, but it definitely does and has stifled innovation profoundly, and also the ability of people to further innovate, because there are too many there's too much murky, it's not law, it's regulation out there. So it's a strange world right now. But if you can, please do go and leave any related topic on regulation versus innovation in the weekly post in the World Blockchain Roundtable layer. There are already a lot of good questions, a lot of good topics, and I haven't even gone in and really voted all of them up. I can see that there are some some really good ones in there. So go leave a topic, go leave a question, and definitely vote on what's in there. because we need them sorted. We need to know what to cover with priority. And last week's episode currently has 2,189 views across all platforms. So that's Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and I think maybe also Twitch. But either way, 2,189 views. And the more views it gets in the first week, the more all of the participants will get. So do go share that anywhere you can that somebody might watch it. So that's all the updates. So we'll come back with an AMA right after this.
The internet is broken. Business models and site design are entirely geared toward advertising and not the reader. On today's internet, advertisements are distracting, invasive, and overwhelming. In Den, the primary objective is quality content. Instead of ads, you may occasionally see a boosted post where a user has risked value to increase its visibility. Just like any other post, you can upvote or downvote to help evaluate the relevance to your community. The more engagement a boosted post gets, the less the booster pays. Depending on the evaluation process, a booster can get up to 85% of their money back, if the post is well targeted and engaging. In Den, quality content is the primary objective.
All right, alternative advertising. Good. Okay, so refresh and we get to the top 3 questions only. 1 lot per each. I think any user any denizen and user, good Dragonchain 2, any dragon that has gotten 2 questions on still gets 1 lot. I believe that's right. So first question about Den. Bit by the Coin already informed me, but I would like more info. What are the options the team has in mind for lore distribution for the months of 2021 in which it has not been distributed? So we, if you look at the original post, when we put out the, I think they're called the Lore Behavior Award system, on the outside, people might call it farming. It's a very interesting system because you don't have to pay any fees to stake your various tokens or anything else. Instead, this is intended to reward behaviors inside a den which generate effectively matter. The things that you do that measure your contributions to the community or the various communities in Den are used. And when we first set out, we put these numbers in. If you look at the 2021 number, it was 891 million lore. And yet, because we were working on everything else and this was not the highest priority, we got through approximately 2/3 of the year. And you can see there was only 33% of the year remaining when we launched this program. So we took, rather than throwing out almost 1 billion lore in the last third of the year, instead we cut it down to 1/3 of what was intended, still at that same rate. And that was, to be going out for the rest of the year. Now, we also had, how do I say this? We also had intended to have a couple of categories in there that were allocated. One was maybe time, but the biggest ones were the liquidity within Den for lore and matter. And so we haven't had those in place yet. In fact, we're trying to get that decided, how we're going to effectively calculate that and what we're going to support. And there are a lot of variables there, and it's all Ethereum. So it's all way more complicated than anything that we have to do inside of Dragonchain. So we have that lore as well. So anyway, at the time we mentioned that these would probably, balance, the amount that we didn't put in 2021 would probably be thrown into future years. Now, we said nothing about it because frankly, it won't be the team's decision. It literally will be the Den governance board, which is a decentralized organization that will decide this. So we do need to put up proposals. It'll probably come, I would imagine we'll probably focus on this after we get site-wide governance out, but that those could, as an example, that 600 and something million lore could be thrown into year 5, 6, 7, 8. So that the lore farm, the lore, this program for behavioral awards could be extended. We could also split some of them into future years as we go. So there are a lot of options, and we need to make a post so that people can offer up any ideas, any suggestions, any proposals, and it will be a lot, in my opinion, a lot better once site-wide governance is in place, because we'll have all of the we'll have a lot better representation of the various parts of the community of denizens. So anyway, that's the first question. Let's go to the next question. Let's see here. Oh, by the way, that was Alxons, is that right? Alxons, yes. Sorry, I didn't say that. Jegs is next. Not including Den. What is Dragonchain focusing on in 2022? Focusing on building. We're focusing on still preparing for what we do think is coming, but we've thought is coming from the beginning, which is when businesses understand what is possible with blockchain, that they're going to need a place that makes those possibilities a lot more realistic, where they don't have to change their entire business model to leverage some of the power of blockchain. So we're building things out. Like I mentioned early on, we have a lot of projects that are either waiting for funding or more funding. We have a lot of projects that are waiting on other timelines that we don't control, and we have a few projects that have just come in the door that are really interesting. And so frankly, we're still focused on how to best spread the message, how to best get people in the door, and how to close those accounts, and how to then do the build outs, because in some cases it's the intent is for our team to do the implementations, the build outs, and in other cases there will be a mixed team of customer and us, and in some cases it will be us providing just the blockchain components, and then the rest of the pieces being in our partner's hands. So it's all every project's different, but that's what we're focused on. So, and I imagine that'll spread into 2022. If certain of these things get closed, get funded, and get started, it'll be a noticeable difference, that there will be even more transactions than there are now, and they will be hopefully, and the intent is that they will not be the cheapest transaction rates as well. That they'll be reasonable. We have really low rates, obviously, on Eternal, and I think on Den as well, where Dragonchain or Den has used time to make sure those rates are low. So what's coming, we'll see, right? But it'll be good. Okay, next, third question and last. Cryptocurrency is the questioner. How long down the road at Dragonchain are you guys looking? Forever. I mean, it's that's a, we have to, because we don't know when everything's going to kick in. I would have thought that things would have been better by now, if you asked me in 2017, because everything was open then, and we didn't have as much political confusion. We didn't have, back then, we definitely did not have as much tribalism. We didn't have as much maximalism. We didn't have a lot of the dogmatic stuff that makes it really hard to do business now. Some things are improving in the past year, where some of the negatives have been debunked well enough that we don't get as many issues when we're talking to a real prospect, a real customer as we did in, let's say, 2018 and 2019, where everything was always, there were all types of crazy questions, and the press was really making it hard, and the crypto press was making it really hard, and other projects were making it really hard, and trolls were really killing everything. So anyway, that's the first part of the question. Let's see here. Everything you do and plan, is it for the next quarter to next year? I mean, it's for beyond the next year, which is why sometimes I do imagine some people get frustrated, because we're trying to build things that you might not see, you might not understand the benefits of for a year or two. Den was one of those things. When we first started building Den in 2018, 2019, people thought that I was stupid. People thought it was mismanagement. People didn't understand why we were building it. And yet I know, when you have a platform that is sufficiently future looking, that you can't assume that everyone understands the benefits of the platform, that platform being Dragonchain. And you have to demonstrate to the human minds that are watching what is possible, that they will, a human will typically believe something is impossible and stupid until you show them that it can be done. And then all of a sudden they'll just, of course I get it. That's obvious, right? And, you don't get any credit for showing it to them, but that doesn't matter. We don't care if we get credit. All we care is that people understand and people see the benefits. And, in Den, as an example, again, you have people from way outside the Dragonchain community, people who'd never even heard of Dragonchain, who are now in there being productive, using the tool as it's intended for their own benefit, right? And it's a beautiful thing, because it's a very organic thing. We're not, we aren't looking for an exponential adoption increase in Den outright. We're looking for a growing community that actually demonstrates how the technology can really be used for normal people, not for crypto people, not for people on crypto Twitter, not for people who are wanting to be very dogmatic and purist, right? So anyway, and let's see here. Thanks for all you guys and being so active and answering questions. You are welcome. As the last question, thank you, cryptocurrency. So all of you guys get one lot. There were a bunch of other questions in there that were pretty good. If I have time, I'll go in and answer some of them, because there were some that I was like, I voted, by the way, everything, I believe, up, except for one, which I think was that cryptocurrency one, which I voted up more, because when I first saw it, I voted, and I probably shouldn't have, and I do that sometimes. But I try to vote everything up evenly, so that you guys get some energy out of it. Anyway, so that's that. And in closing, go buy some merch. We have a deal going on until January 3rd for all the Christmas merch. And you have time to get it and to get it shipped and everything else before Christmas. So go in there, and it is at Dragonchain.Store. Okay. And it's 20% off until January 3rd with the code Merry-Christmas-Jojo. So go check it out. Go buy some merch. There's a whole bunch of other cool merch in there too that I still need to make an order sometime soon. And in closing, watch us again next Tuesday. We're here every Tuesday, unless there's a holiday, and then we'll move it and let you know. Watch the World Blockchain Roundtable this Thursday. Follow Dragonchain, Real Denizens, and me, Jojo Rowe, on Twitter and LinkedIn and anywhere we are. And do please like the video, comment, subscribe, and share it especially. That's it. Thanks so much. See you next week.
Now, more than ever, our data is at risk. Our supply chains are in jeopardy. Our systems are broken, and businesses feel powerless. Dragonchain gives you a different way, a safer way, a better way, and you have power over your data. Dragonchain gives you proof in an untrusted world. Build now at Dragonchain.com. America's blockchain.